It's Madden NFL 24, and this one features the Ravens' superstar tight end. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Ravens and the Bengals on Monday Night Prime Time.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, we wrap up our Monday night schedule with another great matchup here in Week 17, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Set to go now on a wet and rainy night, and we are underway on a Monday night. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Right to the air is Burrow. That will complete downfield to Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Duncan. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I guess we're going to have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Out to his left.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check, Panther.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
Past the 20. Flop. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with career touchdown number 162, tying him with LaDainian Tomlinson for 3rd place all time.
And the Ravens put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get started up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
11, Thomas. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the and he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. So he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And you can see they've already clinched the AFC North. As it stands, of course, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend. But we always talk about how coaches say we want to win that division, and that's the key thing, right?
Oh, that's absolutely right, and that comes all the way.
He's got a man, complete. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bengals set to take over.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
Here's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Burrow on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. From midfield now, Burrow. Trying for Kirk, and he's got him on the crossing route. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
11 empty.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 1.
11 mighty. 12.
Play action. It's Burrow. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
First and goal, Cincinnati. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ravens 14, Bengals 0.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they go to work on a first and goal.
Here we go. 12.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal.
Stop.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On second down, they'll run it here. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves.
Touchdown, Bengals! Christian Kirk, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
Check smash. Check smash. Ready.
Up the middle they go. Clark, and he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. So they come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Reload!
They'll try the left side with Taylor. Gets around him. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The Ravens at 13-2 on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust instead of just talking about winning, the very next.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. From 21 yards away.
And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try to put some pressure on the defense.
On one, ready? 12, 12, 12. 11, empty. 11, 11. 11, Thomas.
Now a handoff up the middle. Duncan fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He'll get this to Flowers, left side.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Fielded just inside the 30. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Ready, ready.
Now a 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point attempt to come here. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Here we go.
First down, Cincinnati.
11. The hot. Turn.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Throw caught by Flowers.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 46 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Burrow will throw. Touchdown! From 3 yards out.
And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Jason Sanders for the extra point.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Bengals 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here first and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
80 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a first down.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where you see the final score there. T. Higgins, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Ayuk, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And they were winners in that one.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 42 yards. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point up and through. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Oh, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore.
Hey, smash Bronco!
On second down, it's Taylor.
getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
101 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So our 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from going up by 30.
Now the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
And out now, here come the Bengals.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's got a Bengals 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now they go play action now. Burrow.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
Fighting to stay on his feet past midfield. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Blair. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Ready? Go, Reed, go!
Running left, Taylor.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with career touchdown number 163. That moves him past LT and into 3rd place all time.
And the Ravens get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Bengals getting set to go.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air, taking it about the 36. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
2nd and 9.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage when they call him?
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
141 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Ready.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 8 yards out.
And the Ravens extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Flowers. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Here we go.
And the Bengals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Here we go.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
The Ravens offense back out there. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Blair. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got
his man complete. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now the try here for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On second down, here's Burrow, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
To the air again, Burrow. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And Burrow going to throw again. And he'll just get rid of it. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going up top. And it's incomplete. And still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Baltimore,
they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year.
that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.